Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Ball Talk. Today, I'm going to be talking about the third team in this series of my five greatest Premier League teams of all time. That's not a rank, just this is the third video. So the team I'm going to be talking about today is Man United 1999. Man United's famous treble-winning side. So, this team was great. There's a lot to talk about. A lot of unique aspects that make them such a well-remembered team, and I'll get into that in this video. But before I get started, I would just want to say thank you for the love and support on my channel as always. You guys are the best, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Alright, so Man United 1999. So the last Man United team of last century, and it was a special one. Arguably Alex Ferguson's greatest team, but definitely his greatest achievement. Winning the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Champions League all in the same season. The only ever English side to win a treble, and one of only a handful of teams to ever win a treble amongst the top 5 teams in Europe. You have Inter from 2010, Barcelona a couple of times in the past decade and a half. You have Bayern, that's a very short list. And for Man United to be flying the flag for England as one of those teams that have done the treble just shows how the magnitude of such an achievement. Winning the three biggest trophies available to you in a season. That is probably the best achievement. The only thing you could beat that with is a quadruple, but that's never been done by a Premier League team anyway. So, Man City are chasing it this season. We'll see if they could make history. But back to Man United. So, this team won the Premier League, the Champions League, and the FA Cup. In the Premier League, it was a close title race with Arsenal, and they beat them just by 1 point to win the Premier. And on the final day of the season, beating Tottenham 2-1, scoring with goals from David Beckham and Andy Cole to seal a title on 79 points to Arsenal's 78. Honestly, it came right down to the wire, and like many Man United teams of before that and after that, they just got it done in the biggest games, the games that mattered. So they had one done. Then they moved on to the FA Cup the week after, and they beat Newcastle in the final 2-0 with goals from Sheringham and Paul Scholes. Then they had 2 out of the 3 done, and all of a sudden, history was on the way, history beckoned. And then, that night in Barcelona, the most famous night in Man United's history. If any United fans that watch that game, whether at the stadium or on TV that night, will probably, if you talk to them, will probably be the best moment of their lives. But for 90 minutes, United didn't play well. They were on the verge of, of the dream, the treble dream falling apart. And then, you can't really explain what happens, man. That's why we love football so much. You can't explain how a team that was so dominant, Bayern was so dominant, conceded 2 goals in 2 minutes. And Man United won the Champions League, from Sheringham, and then of course, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And, some things are just meant to be, and that was most definitely meant to be for Manchester United. The best team in the world, best team in Europe at the time. And if you see the players that they have, which is the unique aspect of their Premier League, of their title win, plus the other trophies they won, you'll see why this team is so fondly remembered. Not only by United fans, but it is very, very highly respected by fans of other clubs as well. So you go into the talent, the absolute utter talent this team had. You have Beckham, who that year was second, I believe, in FIFA World Player of the Year voting. And then you have Giggs as well on the other side. You had Scholes and Keane in the middle. That midfield alone, right? You have Beckham on the right, Scholes and Keane in the middle, and Giggs on the left. That midfield alone, I believe you could get any bunch of scrubs together and just ask them to play with that midfield, and they'd win the Premier League. Beckham, Scholes, Keane, Giggs, that's too much talent for one team. That shouldn't be allowed. That should not be allowed. And one of the more impressive things about this Man United team is that they had so many players come from the academy, particularly that famous class of '92 with Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Beckham, Giggs, Scholes, Nicky Butt as well. And like, man, you can't do anything with a midfield so homegrown. The chemistry was just there. You have a leader like Keane, the chemistry amongst the other three. You can't really do too much with a midfield of such high quality. Then you have one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time backing you up, Peter Schmeichel. Like, arguably, definitely a top 2, top 3 Premier League goalkeeper of all time. Like you could still see the videos of him doing a backflip, after one of Man United's goals in that final. Like, just such an eccentric character, and he carried it on he turned that into efficiency on the pitch with his saves, amazing saves, a consistent goalkeeper for Man United for 8 to 9 years. Then you have four strikers that could lead the team on their own. Four. That's not fair. It's not fair. How can you have Dwight York and Andy Cole, and then you have Teddy Sheringham and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer rocking the bench? Teddy Sheringham is one of the greatest strikers in Premier League history, and he was rocking the bench. That should tell you all you need to know about the talent that this Man United squad had. Like, imagine, because back in the day, it was 4-4-2. Imagine having that many different combinations that you could play. Like, so one striker, say York isn't on his game, just send on Sheringham. Solskjaer isn't on his game, send on Andy Cole. Like you can't do too much trying to defend a team for a whole season that has 4 strikers that could probably score a hat trick on you on any given day, any given football match. And that right there, as well as winning the treble, that's obviously so unprecedented, so rare, but as well as that, the utter talent this team had, such generational talents that this team had, it's probably the most standout aspect of their title win and the trophies they won along with the Premier League title win. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.